this video I would like to discuss the question when, at which price we shall buy Bitcoin. And really there are 2 points we shall consider. First, if you came to the market in order to make short gains within 1 month, 2 months or something like that, most likely you will fail and you will lose your money because it's highly unpredictable, and as I will show you later in the video, even the most savvy investors are not sure about where the price go next month or year. And I must say that after the price dropped in February and then it had this rally back to $11,500, I was thinking that okay, we probably hit the bottom around here. Probably we could go higher from now and we can continue to live in the bull market. But then after this and this drops, I was thinking, okay, probably this is not happening. I think it is very likely that the bear market will continue much longer. But almost until August, I was thinking that the level of $6,000 will hold. And then when we saw all this picture, after even a lower low and the same level was tested again, I became almost 100% sure that this level must not hold. And actually, when we were in September, beginning of September, I was expecting that this drop will continue and then we'll go to levels somewhere lower than $6,000 and so on. Where? Nobody knew, but still the level shall not hold. But the fact that we were in such a long sideways price action made me think that maybe actually we have a chance to continue going sideways and slowly going up and up and up and up and return to the bull market eventually. So like there is no more sellers here and we can finally go up after such a long accumulation period. But still, this was the area of very high uncertainty and it was really unclear where the price go, whether we will continue to go sideways and up or we will make a break of this level finally and we will form a bottom eventually. And what I was suggesting here is that it's not that important whether we will form the bottom at some level below $6,000 or we'll go up from here. We need to at least have some position. And if you didn't buy at $6,000, you may appear in a situation where the price will go higher and higher and you will expect this actually to drop below $6,000, so you will not buy and you will be just out of the trade. What would be wrong actually, of course, is that you will buy for like 100% of your fiat available for investment. This is wrong as well. Of course, you need to keep some money for the case when the price will go lower, so you can buy in more and sort of average your investment dollar-wise. And when the price finally dropped, I was sort of unhappy about that because the price dropped, but I was happy that my expectation of the price will go lower finally appeared to be correct. And what I was saying during the whole period of dropping from $6,000 to $3,000, I was saying, guys, we don't know when the price will stop, and actually nothing would help us to define this because as you see, the lowest point was not defined by the volume. The lowest point was not defined by anything except maybe the moving average, which was close around here, 200 weeks moving average. But anyway, it was really hard to define where the bottom would be. And what you could do right now or here, you could actually buy in already. If you already bought here, you will just average down your investment if you'll buy at this level, because you see, the question is whether the price will go to the new all-time high, like $100,000, whatever, $50,000, $1 million. If it will go there, it doesn't really matter whether you will buy at $3,000 or $4,000. If the price will go higher but you will not buy, then you would appear to be waiting for what? For $6,000, $7,000? But why would you think that the price will not be able to drop from these levels to a new low? It could. So you again could be just kicked off by your stop order, or you will have to sell because you think that this is the thing which you expected. This is the thing where the price will go lower and you will finally sell at lower level than you bought, or you actually could even panic sell at the very bottom after that because you're thinking, oh, the price like falling to $500 or $100 or to zero, whatever. So in my opinion, what you could do in such a unclear situation is buy in right now. If you didn't make it before, it's safer to buy right now. And just to add some weight to my words, I would like to refer to the Chief Investment Officer from ARK Invest. And ARK Invest, if you don't know, this is investment company which had in August 2018 around $7 billion asset under management. And they actually also invested in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. So Katie Woods, their chief investment officer, who actually was among top 50 people who defined global business in 2018 by Bloomberg, she has an opinion on the same issue, just what we just discussed. So I would like to show you the part of the podcast episode with Anthony Pompliano of the chain where she was saying about their investment in Bitcoin. Just
I know what is too much. Even with Bitcoin as it was levitating, it was interesting. I was even kind of examining my own thoughts about this, like why haven't you taken more profits? Why aren't you doing that? And part of it is we were trying to figure out tax ramifications. So we were thinking about it throughout the fourth quarter of 17. And we were trying to manage around it. But where we didn't have a tax consideration, other accounts, we did take it down by half.
Okay.
We took half of our position out in December. Actually, it was December, and there we left it. So we took it down to a 4.5-5% position. Now others would have said, "Well, that was pretty stupid." We didn't add to it as it was going down, but we did add to it as it got to sort of 6,000 and then 3,000 were the milestones we were waiting for. Because I just who knows where it's going to turn? Just no idea.
So you see, she said, who knows where it's gonna go. She is a chief investment officer in one of the biggest investment companies out there, and she doesn't know. How do we supposed to know, guys? No, we don't. So what you can do is basically follow her advice. Buy here because you would be better not being out of the trade. And actually, as she said, they didn't sell everything at the top. They just sold a half, and they did buy more around this area, and they bought even more here. So I think this is the winning strategy. And here is another person who is stating pretty much the same thing. Alessio Rastani, he makes the technical and fundamental analysis on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and actually other markets as well. He has a relatively big YouTube channel, and just hear again what he says about this current situation.
Many people out there are making this argument that maybe it doesn't matter if Bitcoin hasn't bottomed because it's dropped so significantly, about 85%, that now is the source of value. Now Bitcoin is so undervalued that it doesn't matter. We might as well just get in and start loading up and start nibbling and buying on this market. Now, do I disagree with that argument? No. I actually think it's a perfectly good argument. It's not wrong. It's not a wrong argument. For example, some years back in 2011, price of gold dropped. You may remember gold dropped from about $1,900, almost $2,000, and it crashed all the way in 2013, all the way down to almost $1,050. So gold dropped in a matter of a few years about 50%. Was it wrong to buy gold near 1,000 or 1,050? Just like that without waiting for a bottom? No, I don't think so, because some might argue that it was a source of value. It was extremely undervalued.
And I think that Alessio has the point. You see, if an asset which has potential to grow higher, much higher, and this is based on the fundamentals, then if this asset drops like 50% or even more like with Bitcoin, then it's indeed undervalued. And it's reasonable to buy in order to expect the return in the long term. Another person, again, his name is Steve. He also has a YouTube channel making a TA on Bitcoin. What he basically says is this. Listen, guys.
Is this main lesson. Take this really to heart. I've lived through a lot of bear markets. I've been in investing for 18 years. Here's my biggest lesson I learned from bear markets. Almost all humans will sit on their hands, waiting for that perfect moment to buy. They sit on their hands, and guess what? Things start going up, they're still sitting on their hands because they really believe it's going back down. Things go up more, they're still sitting on their hands. They're convinced that we still have downward movement to go. Things going up, still sitting on hands. And guess what? They invest back up here when we're about to really go into the next bear market. Don't sit on your hands, guys. Do not sit on your hands. I don't know if anybody's giving you this advice, but this is a game changer advice I'm giving you for free. Don't sit on your hands. It's the biggest mistake in every bear market in human history. That's why 90 to 95% of people will fail.
And again, he's right. He's basically saying the same thing which I was saying to you from this era, from $6,000. It's better to have at least some position at this level, regardless of the fact that the price will go lower after that. And if you're not a professional trader, then you would be safer having some of the position in Bitcoin than nothing. As usual, guys, not a financial advice, but I think this is one of the best time to invest right now. 3,000, 4,000, it's okay. You will still have your Bitcoin at 10, 50, $100,000, potentially million, whatever, still higher than this. And yes, buying here was not great idea. Still, actually, Bitcoin may go even higher than 20,000. But right now, after such a long bleeding, after such huge drop, this is the time when we need to accumulate. And buying at 4,000 is not a bad idea. Buying at 3,000 also was not a bad idea. So please consider, think about it. But again, make your investment decisions very carefully. That is it for today. I hope that it was useful. Thank you for watching.